Welcome, folks, to the granddaddy of super speedways. It's the Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina, and we are here at this 1 1/3 mile racetrack for this uncharted qualifying for the Turkey Hill Southern 500. Darlington Raceway is home to over 70 years of history of racing of all sorts, and we are more than ready to get going here at Darlington. First car on track is going to be the 57 of Eric Olson, 54 is Alex Watts, 09 is Dale Lightning, 91 is Joshua Harrison. Or is it? Yeah, Joshua Harrison. 99 is Madison Toll, 7 is Lewis Ankela, 50 is Jackson Harrison, 80 is Igor Barreto, 31 is Daniel Bouchard, 41 is Aiden Macro, and 26 is Juan Rodriguez. Here go the cars on the racetrack. Olson going to be the first one to run a lap at speed here at Darlington. Of course, we'll see you later on today right here at Darlington for the Turkey Hill 250. That's the race title in the Scots National Series. Here later on today, 4 races left there, just as there is 4 races left in the Cabela's Cup Series season. We're that much closer to deciding who the champion of the series is going to be. But it's a 29.756 for Eric Olson. He and Joshua Harrison 1 and 2 on the board right now. As we'll get more and more cars out here to run laps at speed. Only 4 have done so far. Bouchard coming around to 31. Dale Lightning goes to the top of the board. Barreto in for 5th on the board. We'll wait to see what Jackson Harrison runs this time around, as he's just in front of Eric Olson in the 57. Out of turn number 4 they come down to the start-finish line. And to second and first, Olson and Jackson Harrison first and second. Now it's Dale Lightning in second. And now Igor Barreto goes to the top of the board. Still waiting for 3 more drivers to run laps. Madison Toll, Lewis Ankela, and Aiden Macro. Right now in is the 80 of Igor Barreto and the 57 of Eric Olson, with 1:57 remaining here in uncharted qualifying. This will come down the front straightaway once again. Dale Lightning across the line. Does not improve his lap time. How about Madison Toll? What's her first timed lap going to look like here? Actually, still getting up to speeds. Well, what about the 41? He has yet to run a full lap at speed also. So we're still waiting on them, as Jackson Harrison jumps back up into the top 2. Igor Barreto still up there. Olson is out now. But Toll and Macro coming around for their first laps. Toll first across the line into 10th. Not a very good lap time at all for the driver in the 99, and Macro slowest on the track right now, a 29.819 for the RB Chevrolet. But right now it is Jackson Harrison and Juan Rodriguez who would be advancing from uncharted qualifying if things remain the same. A 29.226 for Harrison and a 29.290 for Rodriguez, as Rodriguez will come down the pit road. Watts coming around, as will Bouchard. Back to the line to complete another lap, but will not break into the top 2, as 13 seconds remain here and will likely get a couple of resets. Toll coming around to the line, a 5.85 for the driver of the 99. Still 9th on the board. And how about Macro? Still cannot break the top 10. But as we have our first reset, it is still Jackson Harrison and Juan Rodriguez, who would be advancing to the Turkey Hill Southern 500. Waiting for him to come around once again here, as we're going to have possibly one more reset here at the Darlington Raceway. The clock ticks down one more time. 29 more seconds. But I don't know that anybody's going to knock off the 50 and the 26. Jackson Harrison and Juan Rodriguez look to be well on their way to advancing to the Turkey Hill Southern 500, unless Toll, maybe Macro, could knock them down a bit. Toll not going to be able to. Macro, nobody's going to do it. It is going to be Jackson Harrison and Juan Rodriguez advancing to the Turkey Hill Southern 500. Let us now go to full field qualifying. Alright, so here we are for full field qualifying here at the Darlington Raceway. Beverly Creed going to be the first car out onto the racetrack there in the 32. Bev coming into this race 9th in the point standings, in need of a late season rally. Got a little bit of help at Talladega with Trey Smith having a disastrous finish there, and everybody else near him in the standings closing in. The gap went into that race in the points as, I believe, 34, and came out as only 15 points, with Trey Smith ahead of Sebastian Kukulon. Kukulon onto the racetrack. There is Smith. So, here at the Darlington Raceway, we could very well see another wild card, or will it be the case of last season's race, which saw Kanan Biller extend his points lead over everybody else, and virtually all but lock it up. He left that race with a 38-point lead coming out of the Turkey Hill Southern 500 in season number 2. Trey Smith, could he rebound here after a tough race at Talladega last week? We'll have to see what happens here. Sofia Fragniti has gone to the top of the board in the 38 with a 29.377 right to the top. And there she is. There's your Michigan winner from a couple weeks ago. Fragniti coming to this race 17th in the point standings, 111 points out of it. Nathan Smith goes to the top of the board now in the 84. And since I was talking about the points just a second ago between Sebastian Kukulon and Trey Smith, let's take a look at the rest of the full-timers here. So, coming into Darlington, mathematically, not necessarily realistically, but mathematically, coming into this weekend, you would have needed to be 188 points within Trey Smith's points lead if you want to have a shot at the championship. And for the full-time drivers, right now, that means the top 36 are still eligible for the championship. Chase Buck out of contention, Nathan Smith out of contention, Dan Park out of contention, and Christian Vargas has long since been out of contention. Chase Buck's 192 points back. Nathan Smith's 196. Dan Park is 214, and there's a big gap from Park back to Christian Vargas, who is 272 points back of Trey Smith's points lead. The last driver right now coming in eligible for the championship contention, Andrew Williams in the 27, coming in 181 points back of Trey Smith's points lead. So not very realistic, but still it's a mathematical possibility if he has enough things go right. But basically he needs everything to go right for him, as good as it could be, and he basically needs everybody else in front of him to wreck out and finish towards the back. So we'll see how it goes for him. I doubt he's going to have with all due respect, I doubt he's going to be able to come out of here this season with a championship trophy, but still, he's had he's had an okay season. He had a win at Fontana earlier this season. Outside from that, it's been a bit drag, but that's still pretty good highlight there. His first win. His only win so far, but hey, it's more than some of these guys in the field have. Nathan Smith still on top of things by 1,000th of a second over Daisy Johnson in second. Christian Vargas third. Darian Arnsdorf is fourth on the board right now as Kip Silverpoint goes to the top of things. Kip Silverpoint came into the Scots National race here at Darlington last season and clinched the championship a race early before we went on to the finale at Chicagoland. Now has just put up a 29.085. We know Kip knows her way well around the Darlington Raceway, and could the rookie potentially snooker a win away this weekend from everybody else here. Definitely longer race than the Scots National race was last season and will be again this season. 37 laps in the Turkey Hill 250 as opposed to the 74 in the Turkey Hill Southern 500. It's going to be one of the longest races of the season for these Cabela's Cup Series drivers. We've had no 600 mile races this season, or what would be 600 miles if we ran the 100% length, but since we do 20% length, you know. But we haven't had any 600s yet this season, but we have a 600K coming up, which isn't really, it's not the same, but it's even shorter than 400 miles, I think, 600 kilometers, if I'm doing the math right. I think, yeah, it is. Just slightly shorter than 400 miles. So it's about 375 miles for 600 kilometers. Yeah, right at that. But we have a 600 kilometer event coming up at the Twin Ring Motegi racetrack in Motegi, Japan. Just 1 week after this, the Bridgestone 600K presented by Panasonic. The first time the Cabela's Cup Series will have gone outside of the United States. It'll be at one of the most historic ovals internationally, one of the few oval tracks outside of the United States that exists for NR. At least one of the only speedways bigger than a mile in an oval configuration that exists outside of the United States. Because I can think of Calder Park, I can think of Twin Ring Motegi, and I can think of the old Rockingham Oval in the United Kingdom, but that's being torn down for storage. So there's not really a whole lot of oval racing outside of the United States, but it's cool that we're going to be able to go to Twin Ring Motegi next weekend, and of course after that we're making a second trip to the Willow Springs International Raceway. Here in the summertime, blistering temperatures going to be in play when we go to Willow Springs. That's going to be a fun race for sure. And then again, we cap off the season as we did in Season 1, not in 2, but here we will in 3, at the Homestead Miami Speedway, which will be the finale track for years going forward. That is a guarantee. Last year it was supposed to be Atlanta Motor Speedway in Season number 2. It was always supposed to be Homestead in Season 1, thus that remained the same. We ended up not going to Atlanta Motor Speedway in Season number 2 of the Cabela's Cup Series. Came back this season, and it was a fabulous race. And as good as Atlanta is, everybody, well, as long as I've been a racing fan, and particularly with stock car racing, Homestead had always been the finale racetrack. I became a fan of stock car racing in 2004. I saw my first race on TV in small town Mississippi, and it was the Fall Atlanta race of 2004, just a week after the Hendrick Motorsports plane crash, and Jimmy Johnson won his third Nextel Cup Series race in a row, and it was a very, very emotional moment for the whole sport after what had happened with the plane en route to Martinsville, Virginia just a week before. But yeah, we got Homestead back as the finale track here. Regardless of what NASCAR wants to do in real life, Phoenix is alright, but you cannot beat Homestead as the finale, in my opinion. But as the clock ticks down here, to still Kip Silverpoint on top of things. A 29-second reset now. I'm just talking away here this whole session. But Kip Silverpoint still on top of things, trying to just make it home here in these final few seconds here at Darlington. A 29.085 to put that 68 on the pole position as the clock will tick down. And will this be the end of the session here for the Turkey Hill Southern 500? Not quite. We got one more reset here. But right now it is Silverpoint, Nathan Smith, Daisy Johnson, Christian Vargas, Alexander Rowe, Darian Arnsdorf, Trey Smith, Benny Watson, Ben Grorich, and Josiah Robinson. The top 10 on track right now. Then Andrew Miller, Ben Crouch, Nathan Stapleton, Eric Monaco, Stephen Colon, Sebastian Kugelon, Brad Stover, Beverly Creed, Kanan Biller, and Sophia Fragniti. That's the top 20 as the clock ticks down. That's going to do it here for qualifying at the Darlington Raceway. Silverpoint, Smith, Johnson, Vargas, Rowe, Arnsdorf, the other Smith, both the Smiths up there in the top 10. Then we got Watson, Grorich, and Robinson. The top 10 there. Scroll through the rest of your standings here. The slowest car on track the whole session will Parrish in the 0. He'll be rolling off from the 42nd position. The two uncharted drivers, Jackson Harrison qualifying in 37th and Juan Rodriguez qualifying in 28th. Well, we are set for a fabulous weekend of racing here at the Darlington Raceway. Hope y'all are ready for it. And I most certainly have. I love this racetrack. I love Darlington Raceway, my favorite stop on the NASCAR circuit. And we're coming here once again for the second weekend ever in the Cabela's Cup Series, as well as the Scott's National Series. Later on today, the Turkey Hill 250 will go up. And tomorrow, right here, the Turkey Hill Southern 500 on the Trinity River Network. It's going to be a fun one. Hope y'all are ready for it. Hope you're having a good day. Until the race later on today in the Scott's National Series, y'all take care, stay safe, and have a good one.